If your feed feels like it knows you better than your best friend, you're not alone. What you see online isn't accidental, it's planned. When you open any social media app, every swipe, click, or pause you make is being analyzed, and algorithms are constantly at work tailoring your feed to keep you scrolling. The truth is that social media platforms don't just show you what you like. They manipulate what you see to maximize engagement, often at the cost of your well-being. Let's break it down. First up, how algorithms work. Social media algorithms are sneaky little masterminds. Algorithms are sets of rules that decide what content appears in your feed. They analyze your likes, comments, shares, watch time, search history, and even how long you hover over posts. Spend a few extra seconds on a fitness video? Boom, you're now a fitness fanatic in their eyes. But here's the kicker. Algorithms don't just show you content you like. They escalate it to keep you hooked, feeding you more extreme or niche versions to capture your attention. Algorithms not only show you what you're currently interested in, but also predict future interests, nudging you toward new trends or products. Next, the engagement loop, a trap for your attention. Ever notice how one funny meme leads to hours of scrolling? That's the engagement loop at work. The engagement loop isn't just about keeping you scrolling, it's about hacking your brain's reward system. Platforms exploit psychological triggers like dopamine hits to create an engagement loop. They create it by offering reward where you find satisfying content like funny memes, viral videos, or trending news. Anticipation where the next scroll might be even better, and uncertainty where the randomness of what's going to happen next keeps you hooked. Fear of missing out, FOMO, is when notifications, trends, and viral posts compel you to check your feed, fearing you might miss out on something important. This loop is designed to mimic addictive behaviors, similar to slot machines, and keeping you glued to your screen. Why? Because the longer you stay, the more ads they can show you. Next, content amplification and polarization. Algorithms prioritize sensational, emotionally charged, or controversial content because it drives more clicks and shares. Emotional responses drive increased shares and heightened attention. You're more likely to share content that moves you. Content that shocks or outrages grabs your focus longer. This creates echo chambers and amplifies divisive viewpoints. Content that stirs outrage is promoted, making users more susceptible to fake news or radical ideologies. Viral posts about miracle cures or fitness trends often get prioritized over credible medical advice. The result? Your worldview narrows, and you're fed only content that reinforces your existing beliefs. Next, monetizing your attention. Your attention is the product being sold to advertisers. Here's how platforms make money. 1. Targeted ads. Algorithms profile your behavior to show you highly personalized ads. 2. In-app purchases. Features like influencer promotions or boost your post options keep users spending money. 3. Prolonged engagement. More screen time equals more ad revenue. Next, micro-targeting and manipulation. Beyond serving content, algorithms use micro-targeting to shape your behavior in subtle ways. One of these is hyper-personalized ads. Advertisers use your browsing history, location, and even mood, tracked through engagement patterns, to sell products. The second is behavioral nudging. Platforms subtly encourage you to follow certain trends, adopt specific habits, or make purchases, all while you believe it's your choice. For example, A user researching fitness might suddenly find their feed flooded with gym equipment ads or diet programs, reinforcing a cycle of consumerism. Next, algorithmic bias and echo chambers. Algorithms are not neutral. They reflect biases based on their design and the data they're fed. Reinforcement of prejudices means that if you engage with one-sided content, the algorithm serves you more of that kind of content, reinforcing your views and isolating you from opposing viewpoints. Social polarization is what gives rise to us versus them dynamics and deepens divisions in society. Echo chambers are dangerous because they make alternative viewpoints seem non-existent or irrelevant, distorting your understanding of the world. Next, addiction as a business model. Social media is designed to be addictive. The endless feed ensures you don't have a natural stopping point. By queuing up the next video automatically, platforms eliminate friction that might make you stop. Regular notifications pull you back onto the app, even if you weren't planning to use it. These features aren't accidental. They're deliberate strategies to keep you on the platform as long as possible. Next, manipulation of self-perception. Social media doesn't just manipulate what you see, it changes how you see yourself. Comparison culture is where looking at the well-planned, perfect version of other people's lives can damage your self-esteem. Validation loops are where the need for likes and comments creates a dependency on external validation, which impacts your mental health and decision-making. Platforms capitalize on these insecurities by promoting beauty standards, lifestyle trends, and other aspirational content that keeps users engaged. Next, exploiting vulnerable populations. Young people in particular are susceptible to algorithmic manipulation. Studies show links between heavy social media use and rising rates of anxiety, depression, and body dysmorphia in teens. Platforms like Instagram still expose children to ads and subtle marketing, grooming them as future consumers. Even adults with lower digital literacy can fall prey to fake news, scams, or manipulative marketing tactics. Lastly, the data harvesting. You are the product. Your data is the backbone of social media platforms. They collect your personal information such as age, gender, location, behavioral data, such as clicks, search terms, viewing times, and even passive data like your device type and browsing speed. This information is sold to third parties, making you the product in this business model. This is how social media manipulates your behavior. Now, let's talk about the impact this manipulation has on a global scale. Social media's influence goes beyond individuals. It affects entire societies. 1. Political outcomes. Cambridge Analytica's role in elections showed how data can be weaponized to manipulate voters. 2. Cultural trends. Viral content shapes global fashion, language, and behavior, often homogenizing cultures. 3. Economic shifts. Small businesses rely on algorithmic exposure, making them vulnerable to sudden changes in platform policies. Now let's talk about the price this manipulation costs users. While platforms profit, the consequences for users are significant. 1. Mental health issues. Constant comparison and curated content lead to anxiety, depression, and body image issues. 2. Time wastage. Hours slip away in mindless scrolling, reducing productivity and real-world connections. 3. Privacy invasion. Your data is constantly being collected, analyzed, and sold. Finally, Let's talk about how we can get out of the grip of this algorithm. 1. Limit usage. Set screen time limits for social media apps. 2. Be selective. Follow accounts that add value to your life and unfollow those that don't. 3. Turn off recommendations. Disable features like autoplay and curated notifications. 4. Stay informed. Use multiple sources to verify the accuracy of what you see. 5. Diversify your media consumption. Rely on books, offline communities, or credible news sources. 6. Use ethical platforms. Some apps prioritize user well-being and transparency over profit. 7. Educate yourself. Understand how algorithms work and how they affect your decisions. 8. Detox regularly. Take breaks from social media to reset your mind. Lastly, mindful scrolling. Be conscious of why you're using the platform, whether it's for entertainment, learning, or connection. The truth about algorithms is simple. They're designed to serve corporate profits, not your interests. By understanding their mechanics, you can make more intentional choices about how you engage with social media. Remember, what you see isn't accidental, it's engineered. If the product is free, you are the product. Stay savvy, stay informed.